So this past weekend, I saw Captain America: Brave New World. Don't worry, guys, this is a spoiler-free review. But as you guys have seen, there has been some mixed reviews. Now, does this movie have its flaws and its hiccups? Yeah, what movie doesn't? But I feel that if this movie does what it's supposed to do for me, then it gets a passing grade. But the entire premise of the movie is Sam Wilson, formerly known as the Falcon, is trying to come into his own and fill the shoes of Captain America, which he himself and everybody else knows that he will never be able to do. And the irony is, the entire premise of the movie is pretty much the whole point. He will not be able to live up to Captain America. Anthony Mackie will never be able to live up to Chris Evans' Captain America. This is a whole new Cap. It's passing the torch for a reason. And one of the key selling points of the movie, what they tried to do to get our asses in those seats, was the inclusion of the Red Hulk. Now, 95% of the people who watched this movie felt like they should have kept the Red Hulk a surprise. They should not have revealed that in any of the trailers, myself included. But hey, if it works, it works. Now, I was going to this movie expecting this to be Captain America Winter Soldier-esque, and they kind of touch on that a little bit as far as it being a less of a superhero type of movie and more of a action spy thriller kind of film. And they did that with the inclusion of Giancarlo Esposito's character Sidewinder. Now, I think that he was underutilized. He only had about maybe 10 to 15 minutes of screen time, but the screen time they gave him, man, he's commanded that screen presence, and he used whatever time he had to the fullest of his abilities. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I can't wait to see him in future MCU movies with the Servant Society. And of course, what is Captain America without the inclusion of his own sidekick, without his Bucky, without his Falcon? And Joaquin Torres is the new Falcon, and he hit the mark right on because I like how Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres play off each other. How they're both these unserious, wisecracking kind of guys when the role of Captain America has always been kind of serious. But I mean, even though Chris Evans kind of put his own little comedic spin on Captain America, and so did Bucky, especially Bucky in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, I like the way that they played off each other. And the action scenes, well, they could have used a little bit of work, but I think that was kind of the point because Joaquin Torres' Falcon he's still green, he's still new, he's still inexperienced, and you can see that he's trying to learn from Sam Wilson. Now, let's talk about Harrison Ford, my birthday twin, his performance as President Thunderbolt Ross and the Red Hulk. Now, Thunderbolt Ross has two different character arcs. The first one being he's trying to convince the public that he's a changed man. He's not this tyrant he was when he was the head of Secretary of Defense, and also trying to control the Red Hulk that's inside of him. Now let's talk about some of the flaws of the movie. Some of them are a little bit more blatant and out there, and then other ones you can kind of gloss over. Like, some people are saying that this seemed like a more stretched out, elongated episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I kind of agree with. But to me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But some people felt like that kind of threw the pacing of the movie off. But if you knew what they were going for, then you could overlook that. Now, for the special effects, green screen, and CGI, that was a lot of people's biggest complaint about this movie. And that's what made it feel like a jumbled mess, because it's obvious that the movie went through quite a few reshoots. But that's to be expected of a movie of this caliber. Now, I'm not going to give it a pass. They could have cleaned it up a little bit more. But hey, this is a superhero movie, for God's sakes. Use your imagination. And as you guys know, this is an MCU movie. There's quite a few callbacks and tie-ins to some past movie and a couple of surprise appearances. So, yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Now, I think that Marvel said that Anthony Mackie is signed on for at least 5 more movies, and I don't know if a couple of those are going to be more Captain America movies, because he's definitely going to be in Avengers movies. But people's biggest concern was, is he fit to be in this lead role? And I think for the job he did, yes, absolutely. He can be a lead actor. He can take command as the head of the Avengers, which was pretty much another premise of this movie, was that Thunderbolt Ross wanted to restart the Avengers. But overall, I will give Captain America Brave New World a 7 out of 10. A pretty fair rating. Not a perfect movie. There's some pretty damn good action scenes. The story is good. And you will like the surprise in the movie. But this movie did what it was supposed to do for me. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Peace out.